أهل فرسقالد آشر قال رشماية زوعة ديمقراطية آطورايا الأودانة إلينوي كي فارس قاتوخن كل يوم تشبتا من صاد إشتا هل إشتو بلقي برمشا من القنطرن فرسقالة WCGO اللبات 15 أطشي AM من ديتد أفنستن.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. شلما لوخن شمان المخبة من نوخن إلى نيراري يوسف وأي إلى برسقالة زوء ديمقراطية آتورايا دمديتة إلينوي قمشان همزمتي بين أمرن بخليت اللي مدرة خدشا همزمن قولي شانت إنجلس وقو خدشا لي شانت سورة قد بلكت همزمتها ديان قد مسج ديان خدشا بلطقة كل الدنيا وانتي لا همزوم لا برموية سورة رابس باي. First and foremost, Ben Odin congratulate to Margaret Chamo and Gunnery Sergeant Edmund Aktibo on their marriage today. I want to say God bless you guys. Congratulations. We all I've worked with Margaret for many years, and she's a true role model, a true Assyrian woman activist in the Assyrian community. And she's a strong woman, and I want to congratulate you and Gunnery Sergeant Edmund Aktibo, who's spent 20 years in the Marines, and he's highly decorated. And him also, he's like a brother to me. Great souls, great people. I want to say congratulate to you guys, and I hope God blesses you throughout your lives. Today's program, I want to talk a little bit about Zowa's plans and goals and hopes for Deshtet Nineveh. موديلا نيشة زوء قدشت ننوى ومو بيخ أودخ موديلا استراتيجي ديان قد قانخلا أي دكتا بس قم شارن الدومن دي بن اتخكما questions that are raised against رابي يونادم كنا وزوء ديمقراطية آتورايا and باشمتلا that كمجي جوا بخلي we continue to respond to these accusations, and it seems, I mean, when you're dialoguing and when you're arguing and debating, if I answer you, if I give you a response, you either produce a rebuttal or you accept my answer and just agree to disagree. You don't keep repeating the same old tired arguments that we keep hearing from these people who have frankly little understanding. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's literally something you hear from something you hear from like children. I'm sorry to say, but it's really something history or politics. وجاوبتي قالي إلى قاموا لا أودي to the same why don't you hold the same standards and the same criticism to other politicians? At أربع خانة politicians go Iraq. قاموا هل هاوي خاشبر رابي ينادم كنا. قاموا نخشمايا چمني باست أو هداما go parliament in Iran. We hear no criticism against him. We hear nothing being. I mean, it makes no sense. And it's not fair. If you're gonna criticize, we welcome criticism, but we want it to be fair and logical and based on reality. And when we give you an answer, try to. Bring it to. We've been begging these people for a public debate for years. I've been saying it. Bring your people, bring your ideas. Let's sit at the table. Bring here across from me. We could go live. We could have this show running, and we could dialogue, debate. One thing I wanna talk about before I go into Dasht Nineveh or Zowa Mobile or the Dasht Nineveh. It حكمت يامري زوء بلختلا من قرداية وهلا دي بلاخلا من قرداية بس it criticizes أن خانتي بهالخي من قرداية. It criticizes those who work with the قرداية, and that is simply not true. We hear Zowa joined a Kurdish coalition against Ba'athi regime, and that statement alone is false, because the Zowa did not join a Kurdish coalition. They joined Iraqi opposition against Saddam's regime, which included Kurds, Arabs, Shiites, Sunnis. All the Iraqis, they just happened to settle in the Kurdistan regional government because the West granted the Kurds a no-fly zone. So we all met up in Kurdistan because that's the only place where we could have a voice against Saddam's Ba'athi regime. This Iraqi opposition included the Iraqi National Congress, the KDP, the PUK, Iraqi Communist Party, Islamist Dawa, and the Assyrian Democratic Movement. This is why George Bush even recognized Zowaas as a strong opposition force against Saddam throughout the 80s and 90s. So Ishamat Ndiane mach Rabbi Yonadam Kenna go Hamzamta, he praises and thanks the KRG and the KDP. But in the other hand, he criticizes them and attacks them. This is just mind-boggling to me. I just don't understand. This is a reality in politics. We, as the Assyrian Democratic Movement, we praise and thank the Kurds when they treat us well, and we criticize them when they treat us bad. It's not a big mystery. أجد قرداية وادة لمنديان spy, بسيمة رابا بريشريشن بسيمة رابا دي to fund أن مدرسة أن schools أن أمرانا دي بنية بسيمة رابا. بس at the same time وادة منديانة دي لغلطة. It can't be just a one way thing. They do good and they do bad. And Rabbi Yonadam Kenna many times on Kurdish media, on Iraqi media, Assyrian media, good and bad, criticized and praised and thanked the KRG, because the KRG, frankly, is the most relatively safe region for Assyrians. That's just the truth. We recognize that. We support the Kurdish cause. We support the KRG. أربل له يديا anytime soon. Okay, so أن أخنا تراي هل وي خصبيا من neighbors ديان ينهاوي أرباي ينهاوي قرداي سوني شيعي. So بيخ هاوخ brothers go humanity بيخ آني ميقريلا mutual respect go article 5 or 6 bylaws at Zowa Dimgotaya Turaya. Article 5, our movement strives to consolidate the concepts of partnership in our homeland and strengthen the ties of brotherhood based on mutual respect and common destiny among our people and all other Iraqi constituents in the homeland. We are also working to uproot violence, terrorism, and inciting sectarianism amongst Iraqi people. Article 6 says our movement seeks to point out the racial concepts in the school system and purge them all that offends the historical bonds amongst the Iraqi people. Basically saying that you can't rewrite the history of that land. we're the native people. I mean, even the KRG recognizes us as the native people of that land, as the indigenous people of that land. So, I mean, this is just nonsense. It's something I'm embarrassed responding to. It's something like literally. It's just. I apologize for we have to keep repeating this, but we're still waiting for a rebuttal or a new argument. But it's the same thing. Khamdikhanat Shamikh is Qamo Yonadim Kenna or Zowaas Qanodala reject Christian region. Rabbi Yonadim Kenna ila Darqud Umta'aturata Sabwidala reject Christian region Gudasht Nineveh. First of all, let's just say when you hear one of your leaders, a politician or any kind of leader, organization leader, when he makes a decision, you guys have to ask, why is this decision being made? What's the purpose? And then you follow up. You try to hear what is the purpose. The reason why we reject a Christian region, because no true free democracies do not have religious regions. The ADM is trying to promote a secular Iraq, a color-blind Iraq. We are trying to stand against the sectarianism that's been plaguing the Middle East. We don't want a Christian region that's only for Christian. So when Rabbi Yonadim Kenna says this is a racist policy, he's being misinterpreted. He's not saying that we're the racist for wanting this. It's just saying that the whole idea is undermining a true democracy. We say work to eliminate the effects and remnants of chauvinism policies, which are still practiced against our people in terms of national smelting, demography changes, forced displacements, and the destruction of villages, monasteries, and churches, and in addition to distorting historical facts and inciting sectarianism aimed at dividing our nation and erasing our identity. So this Christian region would not benefit us. We are not at that level yet. وأن تيلا مار I mean Rabbi Yonadim Kenna Rabbi he's addressed these issues. People need to understand the political and demographic realities Gudashtet Nineveh. Assyrians in that region make up 25 to 35% of Dashtet Nineveh. The population of Dashtet Nineveh is around 250,000 people. And the villages are very intertwined. They're very mixed. So lemas khamrikh ayadukta ila qa'aturaya, because it Yazidis Tama, Turkoman, Shabak, Arabaya, akhan, we make up 25 to 35%. But what we want, which is very logical and realistic, is under Article 125 of the Iraqi Constitution. It says, it shall guarantee the administrative, political, cultural, and educational rights of the nationalities, such as Turkoman, Chaldo-Assyrians, and others, shall be regulated by law. So, Zowaas Mobeya Qaha united Iraq Khalanta, because there's a saying in English, there's an American saying, it says, all ships rise with the tide. Once Iraq as a whole does good, which is probably improbable, but this is what we're hoping for, that the whole country will do well. But even that, we are trying to aim for Dashtet Nineveh to be a region for the minorities. لا بس عاطر هل دشت نينوى لكل يذيل تشقيت دشت نينوى لا قرد تخمل بخلا. Everybody knows. So now I want to get into the ADM goals and hopes for Nineveh Plains and how to secure our rights in that region and preserve our identity in that region. First and foremost, we need to secure and protect our people with our own independent our security forces. As you all know, last 2 weeks, we've been talking about and we launched the NPU and the NPDF. This should be our main priority, to fund these men and women who are willing to protect these villages. The Nineveh Plains Defense Fund is up and running, and I encourage everybody to check out that website and demand results. We want you guys to hold us accountable, and they are very transparent. And there was something on the internet I saw. Chechana politicians, Mara, the NPDF is doing illegal because it's illegally funding arms, and that's illegal under American law. If he had just visited the NPDF website, Nineveh Plains Defense Fund, he would see that this funding is not going to arms whatsoever. It is going for other things that these men and women need, whether it's clothes, whether it's things for the base, whether it's food, whether it's just a salary. These are all listed on the website, and for these people to come out and just make these accusations is really embarrassing. They should really take that down. It's embarrassing, really embarrassing. But the reason why we say we need to support the NPU and this is a priority, because we need to show they could gain the trust and support of the security forces in that region. Local police forces once they see that the security forces are from that region and they will never turn away, whether it's ISIS, Al-Qaeda, or whoever attacks, they will have trust to live there in security. And this is what we hope. This is what the ADM is hoping for. Zowaas beya قد أطراي خزيلة يدكتا as a safe region وبخذ على داري هل ما خداي دخود لي قرت لابخ من هداي قلت we have to take those steps. Security of these lands قد ناشدين ماسي داري قد اجت هاو خديه يوخ 25 to 35%. اجت أسقخ to 50-60% in ناشدين داري once they see that it's safe and secure. بلكي تخرتها ماسخ او دخ دماند قا أثرت قانن بلكي تخرتها ماسخ او أمرخ يلا بيخ autonomy دانيلا. بس هديه يوخ 25 to 35% لتلن او خيلا قد طلب خدنا من ديانة yet. Not yet, but we need to take it step by step. You don't run before you walk. You learn walking. You learn walking and then you start running. So this is the hope to return to Nineveh when it's safe. And Nineveh, دشت Nineveh, it's like 25 billion barrels of oil. دشت Nineveh, 25 billion barrels of oil. The possibilities are endless if we do it right. So قناش الدين قرت هم مني that ماسخ أو دخلة أو شولا. لخمار إنه last time we need to step out of this defeatist mentality that منتخ بيشة مخيا أي mentality قد شخلة من إن shackles of dependency قد شخلة. So we hope that investment if once the MPU, and I hope and I truly believe it will be successful, because it's either now or never. If this doesn't succeed, I really think it's going to be hard to reverse anything, any of the damages that are done. But we hope that once these security forces are properly funded and set up there, we hope that as soon as Sharoya Riyasha Qaddari Gundit Nineveh or the invest businessmen Athi, Nineveh will grow economically, socially, educational progress. And كل من دي هنقدر تخمن نخباسي. لا بس هادول أطرديو خوش قلا. خللا يمري أمريكاية freedom isn't free. Get it you have to sacrifice if you want that land. هدي برست قالن قد مارن بيت ولا آثرة. You guys want this land? You have to fight for it. وات يالة تاما هازر 3,000 to 3,500 يالة ات تاما هازر قد شقلي يوي دمي قدامندي. So this is something we really have to think about. It's something we've been saying for years, and like I said, that we got to shake a mentality, defeatism. the mentality of defeatism, because Zowa khashala bi urkhat qanun bitqanun, Iraqi constitution, we have to start thinking ganan qaganan. I mean, masakh baqraq America, kmat baqraq United Nations America, khizikh Ani, they're not gonna take us seriously unless we have a strong presence there, and it's a strong security force. If we have a 4,000, 5,000 man security force, they will start taking us more seriously. And the Iraqi government already is starting to take us seriously, because they see that we have around 500 to 800 men already taking up arms that are being paid on salary by the Iraqi government. So we just need to give them a push. We need to start. I mean, I know we've said this before, that wudu donate. Or if there is anything to donate to, this is probably our biggest priority right now. The Nineveh Plains Defense Fund and the NPU, Nineveh Plains Protection Units. I wish أن تيلا so درقل رابي نادم كنا وزوء would come and publicly accept challenges and debates. I mean, it shouldn't be. We're in the 21st century. This should be something that is open. There should be open public forums and debates. But at the same time, some of these people, we don't want to even give them the platform, because we've answered their ridiculous questions time and time again, and it's getting ridiculous. And at the end of the day, we want mutual respect from our neighbors. But at the same time, they can't interfere. They can't interfere and push the idea in Assyrian politics. We don't need to be. We're not a handicapped nation, like Rabbi Yonadam Kenna says. We're not a handicapped nation. We don't need to be babied. We don't need to learn from the Qurdaya or the Arabaya. We could do it ourselves, and they know this. So when Zowa joined the Kurdistan regional government, Lela Placha agenda Qurdaya. The agenda Qurdaya is already there. They already have their Kurdistan regional government. The end of the day is we're trying to work through the KRG to gain our rights in the region, in the lands we live in the KRG. So Deshtat Nineveh is something we really have. This is, like we've said it before, this is our last stand. If this doesn't go, I like I said, it's going to be very hard for us to reverse the effects. And I want people to understand the goals of Zowa. I want people to understand that when we're 25-35% of the population. Security force, our people start slowly moving back in, and once they do that, once we see our people moving back in, we move up to 40%, then we move up to 50%, then we move up to 60%, then we build infrastructure, then we build an economy, schools, hospitals. Then you can demand, when you have a strong force, then you can demand, then you can demand an autonomous region, or an Assyria. But for now, we honestly, at this moment, we don't deserve it. We gotta fight for it. Freedom isn't free. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I really hope people get more involved with this. I hope people learn more. Ask these questions. I want people to ask questions, and when there's attacks against the one political party, I bet some of these people don't even know other Assyrian political parties. ADMs the only one that keeps getting attacked. Why is that? Why is it only Yathi Barzawa? Because they know it's the only independently legitimate movement of our people. if Dijminit Umtan Masi Shamtila Zawa, then they can break our true nationalistic goals, our nationalistic rights. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want you guys to get involved with this. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what kind of topics you want to hear about, what discussions we can bring to the table, and PDF. Again, visit the website, the Nineveh Plains Defense Fund.org. Actually, go look through the bylaws, because like we said before, they've made it perfectly legal. They went through all the legalities and the formalities to make it easy that we could supply these men with the training and the funding they need to defend Ar'ath Ganan. Because هذه لخ قد دانت World War I, go World War II, قد دانت أخا بطرس مر بنيامن ومر إشاي شمون أجد إتوان خلا قد أدخوا demand autonomous region قمت إتوان خلا بس هذه لتلن أو خلا so لما أسخ بقر قدام دي. But what we can do is ask, which should be guaranteed, that the Article 125 of the Iraqi Constitution be implemented for the minorities Qudash Nineveh, and that's where we make up a pretty good majority. Like I said, 30 to 35%. And once we build that land, build that infrastructure, for 50 to 60%. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to again congratulate Margaret Khamo and Gunnery Sergeant Edmund Octibo. Like I said, number one priority right now is the Nineveh Plains Defense Fund.org. I really want you people to check out the website. It's very easy. You could fund a soldier, and they've made it very nice and very easy. This is our number one priority as the ADM. Okay, so I'm going to end the program on that. And thanks for everybody on Facebook Live tuning in. Mike, thank you for that comment. And we'll see you guys next week. If you guys have any comments or topics you want me to discuss next week, comment on the section below, and I'll see what I can do. Basim Raba, or have a good weekend. Thank you guys. Please share this. I want you guys to share this. Share it, like it, do whatever you want. See you guys next week.